welcome to the Appetite for Discussion show with your host, Brendan Crouch.
Hey, thanks, Julius. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. And we have some exciting news that some of you may know already, that the show Appetite for Discussion is now available on iTunes, Google Play, and CastBox. We are finally truly a podcast. So I'm pretty excited about that. And this is the first podcast here in the States Vegas radio studio. So congratulations to Julius and States Vegas Radio. And thanks everybody for listening and supporting. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made it this far. And also, I'd like to say a quick thank you to States Vegas Clothing Company, who provides me with all my apparel for this season. Do you have any States Vegas clothing? If you don't, you should check them out on Facebook. They're a local clothing company. Always support local. States Vegas Clothing Company on Facebook. And also to Hunk of Junk Calling. If you have any garage, attic, anything, stuff that just needs to be cleaned out and hauled off, give those guys a call at 704-657-6778. Again, thank you to Hunk of Junk Calling. Now, to the fun stuff, to the meat and to the potatoes of what we're here to do. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest, Mr. James Ferree.
Hello. How are we?
We're doing well. You are going to tell us how you, sir, and Limitless Streams are changing the game of how we watch television.
Changing it.
You're changing it. You're a game changer.
Absolutely.
There's not a lot of people who can say that.
No.
I'm a diaper changer.
Trying to be a trendsetter, my friend, or at least in a local aspect.
And I would say that you are. I mean, when I learned about Limitless Streams, Julius warned me, you better get here and you better get her early because there's going to be a line out the door, buddy. And he's right, man. So thanks for coming on and explain to me really explain to everybody what is Limitless Streams and how it is that you're making such an impact on how people are canceling their cable and their satellites and using your platform.
Okay, well, man, I appreciate you for having me here, and I appreciate Julius for hosting us tonight, man. That's very awesome. Or hosting me. Well, Limitless Streams, man. It started off because my wife and I didn't want to pay for TV anymore, and it's never, and I tell my customers the same thing. It's never really a thing of whether or not you can afford to pay for it. It's whether or not you want to pay for it anymore. You know what I mean? Especially with so many options out there with the Netflix and the Hulu and things like that. But it always boils down to one thing. You always miss those cable shows, that live TV in the moment. You know what I mean? There's always certain shows that you just can't go back and watch, or just hard to go back and watch. And that's kind of where it came from. And what we are is an IPTV company, man. We're a streaming service. We provide access to live streams that are available all over the internet.
And this is legal.
Yeah, streaming is legal. IPTV is legal. It is legal. There's definitely a gray area. I'm not going to lie, right?
Right.
Downloading is where it becomes illegal if you're storing the content. But what we do is live streaming, so it's coming via the internet. It's live. It's available for us to use. It's almost like watching this stream, actually.
Okay, so it's one of those gray areas that we tend to walk in a way.
Absolutely. Until a law is written that says we can't do it, we'll do it.
We're going to do it. And how long have you guys been doing it?
Almost 2 years now that I've been doing it. I started in June 16th of 2017 is when I started. And
since then, how big has it grown?
What, are we talking the industry as a whole, or just Limitless Streams?
Just Limitless Streams.
Oh, Limitless Streams. Oh, wow, man. Tremendous growth, man. I don't necessarily like to speak numbers as far as amount of subscribers and things like that.
Sure.
People start doing math and things like that, right? But I mean, tremendous growth, man. We've been able to help people save hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars when you break down the amount of subscribers we have versus the average payment that they were making, or the average amount of money that they save. On average, our customers save about $137 on average.
On average.
Average number is $137.
I will say, in full disclosure, I am a Limitless Streams user.
Ooh.
And it's get you some of that. Ooh. Right? So not only do I have people on here who endorse their products, but I use them as well.
There you go.
So I can attest to, I wanted to try it out. I'd heard a lot about it. I heard some people who had used it, and I wanted to go get it. And we did. We got the Fire Stick and did the 30 days free, and we decided to jump on board and go with it. And you know, our kids, we use it a lot for the kids and TV shows and TV programs and movies for them. And I know for a fact 4 or 5 different customers who have moved over and canceled their TV provider, so to speak, and they're on the Limitless.
And on the Limitless train now.
The Limitless family.
Limitless family.
There
right.
you go.
It is a family, man.
So how did you find Limitless?
Well, it was, you know, oddly enough, I was scrolling through Facebook, which is, you know, where I typically advertise. Scrolling through Facebook, and a buddy of mine was just raving about this new box he had, and he was selling it, and how great his pay-per-views were. So, you know, I watched a couple of posts, and then, like, happened to be a pay-per-view coming up that weekend, like a MMA pay-per-view, right? And the dude was just showing, like, clips of crystal clear quality. I'm like, all right, now. Like, I know how to quote-unquote jailbreak a Fire Stick myself, you know what I mean? And mine don't look like that, you know what I mean? I'm a pretty smart guy. So I reached out to him. It just happened to be somebody that I used to work with when I was in the car business. I reached out to him. He broke down the price to me. He's like, send me $200, buddy. I'll put you on. So I sent him $200. He sent me a box. I plugged the box in and started watching TV just like I had satellite. And something in my mind was just like, there it is, dude. You know what I mean?
Go get it.
Yes, dude.
You know, it's one of those moments you get in life. Everybody's like, you know, I wish I had that one moment that just slapped me in the face and goes, "Here's how you're going to make it."
Absolutely, man. And
that saw it.
That was it for me, man. When I saw it and I came home, because I was still doing stuff within the car business, right? I came home one day and my wife was watching TV again, and she had pretty much sworn off TV. Satellite, you know, we canceled satellite. You know, the antenna was okay. You know what I mean? And Netflix was cool, and she hated the Fire Stick, like completely hated it. You know, like most women do. You know? So when I saw her like using the box and going through watching TV, and she's on HGTV, and you know, she goes to Bravo, and I'm like, all right, there's something here. You know what I mean? There's something here. And I hadn't heard a whole lot about the industry myself, so I did a little bit of research. And one of the first things I said was that most people who start a company like this rarely reach any level of significant success. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. I wonder why. This is great. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So so I just decided to give it a go, man. And it was really one of those just like, aha. I've always believed in residual income and things like that. Yeah. And it just make perfect sense.
So the initial box that you had, is that like one of those older box where you would get these codes and then all of a sudden they would shoot a signal to a satellite and it would scramble your box and you would lose? Then you had to have, you know what I'm talking about? That's pretty way back.
No, nothing like that. These are, you can buy these boxes on Amazon. You can order them from China and things like that. They're Android boxes, based like Android-based boxes. They call them Kodi boxes. Some people call them Kodi boxes. So it was a box like that, but it was the app that I was using to watch the TV, which, you know, later became like the Limitless Streams app.
So about 2 years ago, it's funny you mentioned Kodi, because I bought a Fire Stick, followed all the instructions on the interwebs, downloaded.
Anybody can do it.
Right. Until they go to 17.2 and you're fucked. So I downloaded the Kodi and was watching. It was great for like a month. And then, you know, had to do the update. And I did the update and it tanked, and I was like, took a huge crap. So it was back to the Netflix and whatnot, and so I was really disappointed. Another buddy of mine, Greg, he was using Kodi, and his was doing okay. And you know, you could build your own, you know, platform and all the stuff you wanted to watch and all that stuff. Man, I am a simple-minded man. Okay, I'm not very bright. You're gonna figure that out here real soon. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to turn it on, and I need to be able to click. I need to be able to change. I don't need to build anything on this software or on this little Kodi app. I work at work. I don't want to come home and work on the TV. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it went, you know, so then I was a little apprehensive about the Fire Stick and Limitless. So I was like, all right, I'll go try it. And then I saw some people's and I was like, man, this thing is really working. So then the question was, okay, when are they going to send an update, right? Which is going to make it go. So how often does that happen?
You know, nothing in life is perfect, and I'm not going to say that our streaming is perfect, right? We're probably 95, 96% uptime, you know what I mean, over the course of your entire month. Every once in a while there will be a problem with it, but generally like a complete zap of something like that, wouldn't happen because there are backups and contingencies in place. You know what I mean? Me myself, I actually have 3 different services that I could put somebody on. So and they're all 3 different, right? So if something happened to one, I've got 2 more I can throw my customers on if need be. So So the now, have we experienced problems in the past? Yeah. You know what I mean? We've had problems where it's gone out for a day, but that was usually, that was typically in the beginning days, in the beginning stages, as the popularity of it grew and more people came on, you would get a little bit of influx on your servers and things like that. So it shut us down in the beginning, but nowadays it's very rare. Very rare. I would say we're more reliable than satellite.
DirecTV and Spectrum and Dish Network must hate you.
They don't know about me, dude.
They do now.
Well, not me.
Right,
they know
not
about the
you.
industry.
Sure.
Yeah.
How much of what would you call IT?
IP
IPTV.
Mm-hmm.
How much bandwidth does IPTV have, or how much of the market have they taken away?
Nothing, dude.
Really?
Nothing.
So it's like a dart in the ocean.
Yes, it is. There was a company that got, and I'm not going to throw any names out. There was a company that got in trouble last year, right? They got sued, got hit with a cease and desist, and they didn't stop. And they really got hit with the cease and desist, not for the live streaming, but because of the movie content that they had, right? So they didn't take down the movie content, so they got sued. Well, at the time they went down, they had like almost 250,000 subscribers, dude. So the largest one in our industry by far. You know what I mean? But 250,000 subscribers is a drop in the bucket to Dish Network, DirecTV. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just insignificant. But now, are they losing numbers? Yes, but they're losing numbers to Sling, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube TV, things like that. That's
so
where they're
not
losing
just
numbers.
one, like you guys quote going after them. It's a conglomerate of different.
Yeah. Your Sling TVs, Sling, Fubo TV, Philo TV. Those are your
Are those dog names?
Right. Those are your official, if you will. You know what I mean? And that's where your competition lies, because they offer smaller package sets with the channels that most people have, like their 4 like you'll have your 5, your wife has her 6 or 7, the kids have their 3, and that's it. You know what I mean? So they offer those packages in those kinds of groups where you can get it for $27, $35, $40. And now you have companies like, like DirecTV has DirecTV Now, where they're trying to compete with it and everything, but they just went up $10. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you can't fit all the programming that a customer wants when you're trying to fit within certain parameters. You see what I mean?
There was a guy I know years ago. It was probably 7 years ago. He said, and I think he was right. He said what these big conglomerates need to do is they, instead of charging someone 120, 30, 40, $50 a month for 500 channels, when people really probably only watch 20 or less, right? Maybe 25, whatever.
Right.
Offer them, you can pick your top 20 channels.
And
you pay $2 a month per channel. That you almost like you bundle it.
Right.
So you get your HGTV, your ESPN, and whatever else, or go nuts with it. Pick your 30 channels, and you're only paying 60. I think if they would have done something like that years ago, it may have been a little more difficult for the IPTVs to get involved. But when you're paying this big number, people are like, oh man, I get 700 channels. Well, that's great, dude. You watch, 9 at best, right? And if your wife's in the room, you're watching Bravo,
right?
So you're watching
HGTV,
one channel,
right? So
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think they used to sell you on the volume, right?
The volume
Look
of
at
it.
all these channels, and even on the Limitless, like there's some things out there. Hey, everyone likes soccer and hockey in Iceland. I may not be watching all that,
right? Right.
But I
we
might
have over 2,500 channels, by the way.
volume, right? But if I want to go watch 24/7 of Magnum PI, I have that option.
You can watch Golden Girls 24 hours a day if that's what you want to do, buddy. Not that you would watch Golden Girls, I'm just saying.
Hey, I like Blanche. I got no problems with it. And Rose, all
Rose,
of them.
right.
I used to watch a lot of Golden Girls growing up at my grandma's. I ain't ashamed.
Oh, I did too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Columbo, Murder, She Wrote. You can watch all of those 24 hours a day on our service, man, along with new stuff too.
Could you imagine, man, if you had this at your house at just into college or like senior year of high school, and that transition to where I don't really want to do anything but kind of be lazy. You may be partaking in some chemical enhancements, and you're like, I'm just going to order a pizza and watch whatever, the Incredible Hulk.
Martin 24/7.
Martin 24/7.
Yeah.
Great.
All kinds of stuff, dude.
Man, I think now that I think about it, this is probably bad for the youth of America. It's just killed them. Their motivation.
Man, you be honest, man. My average customer, I would say my average customer age is probably 45.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I've got a lot of like older than 50-year-old customers, like a lot, because you start to get to where people are getting to where every dollar really counts.
Sure.
You're trying to pinch pennies, especially when you're a little bit older, I think. And it's just they people that really pay bills, like you're 32, 33, 35-year-olds and older, right? Man, you an extra $110, $115 a month over the course of a year means a lot of money. You know what I mean? $1,400, dude. That's an entire Christmas for most families.
Absolutely.
So it makes sense. You know what I mean? Especially when they see it, and it's just the typical. Bill goes up $7 a year every year, no matter what.
But they sneak
know what
it
I mean?
in on
Oh yeah,
it,
they sneak
right?
it in, dude.
Because your
Fees,
experience
taxes,
isn't better.
Never.
And by the way, they're getting you with the box. It's $10 a month for the box. Oh,
Getting you with the box.
They fuck you with the box. For those of you at home, that's Lethal Weapon reference.
Yes, dude. Leo gets.
Get it? Leo gets? Okay. Sorry, I digress.
Oh, that's great, dude. Well, that's what you get when you have a streaming service, buddy. I know all the movies, man. All the shows.
What's nice is, though, you can go back and find other stuff on other platforms that you couldn't watch. Like I watched Yellowstone. I binged that whole season just a few weeks ago with Kevin Costner out in Montana. It was very good. So, yeah, you get all these other options. But what I was going to say, like for us, I think we're going to be saving right at, I think it's $70 a month, which is not a ton, but at the end of the day, it's $840 a year.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that's another thing too, because I've combated, that issue as well. I'm only saving 30. Some people only save $30. I'm only saving $30 a month. Why would I do that? We get so much more. You know what I mean? We're not going to speak of certain things by name, but you get so many packages, right? You get these packages that would ordinarily cost $350 for the season or $400 for the season. Now you get to sit and watch your favorite team play no matter where they play. You know what I mean?
Because you get all those packages.
You get all those packages, dude.
That's the other thing, real quick, back to the box. You're paying $10 a month for this box that you never owned, and you got to turn it in. So if you own two of them bitches, they are getting you.
They're getting you, buddy.
So think about that. $200 a year goes to a piece of plastic that's collecting dust that you never get to
But you have
own.
to give it back to them.
This is what I was going to tell you. The light bulb went off. Okay.
There you go.
So we bought a house 2 years ago. We're having twins, so we needed to move, and I bought a TV. And I went to Best Buy, and they're like, "Oh, you got to have this 65-inch." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." And they were like, "It's 4K." And I was like, "Well, I don't think I need that." And they're like, "Oh, it's going to be all the rave." I was like, okay, well, let's do it,
Right.
But I'm skeptical. Okay. So I buy the TV, and it was like $1,600 or something, which is ridiculous, and I wasn't happy about it because I'm pretty tight. And but then I got home, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is 4K, this and that. So I called direct, and I'm like, hey, I got a 4K TV. And they're like, oh, do you have a 4K, box?
Box, right.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I don't know, do I? And they're like, no, you need to upgrade, sir, and that's going to be $35 a month.
Damn.
And I was like, all right. So I'm doing the math real quick. That's $400 now on a year. And I said, well, how many channels, how many 4K channels do I get?
Right.
One
4K channel.
At that time in 2016.
Okay.
Guess what channel it was?
What channel was that?
Pay-per-view.
Oh, well,
So
damn.
let me get this straight.
You got to spend another.
I'm going to pay $400 a year on a box, and then you're going to charge me pay-per-view $9 or $10 to watch a movie on 4K.
That's crazy.
And then they were like, well, what type of, the fiber optic cable? Because that's really going to affect, well, at the time, the fiber optic stuff wasn't there.
Oh, yeah,
so,
now.
You know what I did?
Got it now.
I took that TV back to Best Buy,
definitely.
and I got the 60-inch Sony 1080p and saved $800.
$800.
And guess what? I'm happy.
Happy as you can be.
As I can be.
Happy as you can be.
People, really and truly, when you break it down, you really can't tell that much of a difference. It is not, you're not coming home after a hard day of work, sitting there going, oh, 1080p. Forget it. I'm mowing the yard. It's just not happening, man. I would have sat in here and had another bourbon if it was 4K, but I'm gonna go outside and work.
Right? No, you're not.
It's not happening.
No, it's not happening.
No, it's not happening.
It's not happening. I bought a last TV I bought was out the box at Best Buy. I have like the out the box TVs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, you catch a great deal. Your warranty is limited, but I don't know whoever uses the warranty on the TV. You know what I mean? So
Nobody.
It's like, I did get a 4K TV though, but it was because it was out the box.
Well, sure. I mean, if you're gonna save money on it,
oh yeah, dude, I had to. It was like, and because I'm in the streaming world, you know what I mean? So, whatever.
Whatever. I just bought one out the box to put in our spare bedroom for guests, dude. And that Fire Stick, I do pay for 3 sticks technically, so I need to get that other stick hooked up in that room, right? Because that's how your plan kind of breaks down.
Well, it does. It have, again, like I was saying before, I have different programs, right? So depending on one of the two, I have 2 main programs. One of them you could do 5 devices in your home for $25. The other you can do up to 4 for $30. The one that you're on is 4 for $30.
4 for $30.
Yes, sir.
And then but we have the other app, so we pay $45.
You pay for both, yeah, right. So you can actually access on you could be able to access on 9 different televisions if you really wanted to at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Right. But you could spread it around, yeah. For sure. Yeah.
All right. So there's a method to the madness.
Yeah, you do pay for both. Yeah, thank you.
I do.
Sir.
Well, you're welcome. I got to give somebody my money. Might as well be you.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, dude.
Support local. You know what I'm saying?
Local business.
So, and again, so you've been into did we lose? I'm hearing some. No, I got you. Okay. We had a little technical difficulty there.
I accidentally nose touched the mic.
That was DirecTV. They sit down and said,
I know, right?
So one of the things that you do, there is something hot on here though.
It's not me. I'm not moving.
He'll fix it. We'll just keep chatting through it.
Let's do it.
He's the man. You also, your advertising or your promotions that you do on Facebook are hilarious.
Well, thank you, sir.
How do you have a green screen or something at home where you shoot these videos?
I have a green screen in the spare bedroom, my friend. Just like you, my friend, I'm a very inexpensive person. Why pay for office space if I have a spare bedroom?
That's right. Is it on
All right. Is that better?
That is better.
I didn't even touch it, though.
It could be your kinetic energy.
Maybe. It was the nose touch.
It was the
nose touch? Slight nose touch, dude.
I think the cable's just in a bind or something.
But now, as far as the advertising and your funny videos, is that something that Limitless helps you with or encourages, or that's just pure James?
No, that's all me, dude.
Really?
Yeah, Limitless is all me as well.
That's you?
Yeah.
You are Limitless.
Yeah, dude. Like that's all your boy.
I'll be danged.
Yeah. Now, one of the 2 that you use, like I have a provider through that, but Limitless, that's your boy.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, dude, we come a long way in the 2 years.
No
dude.
shit. I should have had you by the beer. I know for next time.
You know next time.
Yeah. No, nothing's Milwaukee stuff. No, just kidding.
Milwaukee.
No beach light around here.
Right.
Well, good for you. I did not know that.
Yeah, man.
Well, now the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. How do you develop an app?
Well, okay. So the app that I use is already available. Like I paid to have it. Actually, didn't pay to have it rebranded. It's an app that's already available, right?
Okay.
That you can use. It's just a vessel, if you will. You know what I mean? It's the streams and the content. Owning the servers and different things like that.
So, do you own the name Limitless Streams, or is that?
Yeah.
You do. You own all that.
Like that's me, dude.
Damn! Look at you.
I've always wanted to be a businessman, entrepreneur, dude. Just waiting on the right thing, man. I'm telling you, that day I saw that thing scrolling through, I called my buddy and he was, give me $200. And I did. He was a good guy though. I trusted him. So
yeah.
Yeah, he's changed my life, dude. Really. I thank him a lot.
Man, you owe him a steak dinner.
Yeah, I owe him a steak dinner. Don't let him, he's probably watching them.
He's like, damn it, James!
No, dude, he's in Key West, so he owes me. Yeah, dude, he's in Key West right now, chilling. So yeah.
Good for him.
He's all right.
So is he still he's not doing the box anymore?
No, he's not doing box sales anymore or anything like that. He dude's doing good.
It's good for you, man.
Yeah. Man.
And so what is the future looking like for Limitless? Is there additional avenues that you're going down or you're trying to dabble into?
You really want to know, man?
That's why we're here.
You want to know? Okay, so
take me on the journey.
I used to live in Mooresville a few years ago, right? 2012, right? and I had MI connection, right? So you couldn't get Time Warner. You had to have MI connection or like satellite or dish, right?
Okay.
And now they have this thing called Continuum there, right? Same deal. You can't get Time Warner, even though it's like a Time Warner area. You have to go through them. In Salisbury, they have Fibrant, or it used to be called Fibrant. Now it's something else, right? So what it is like a small like a company. You know what I mean? That I guess I don't know everything, but basically I think they paid the rights to own the town, basically.
So basically, they own the zip code of that, and no one else. They have
Correct.
territorial rights.
Territorial rights, right?
But that's going to expire soon, or at some point,
probably,
right?
yeah. But I mean, if you get the entire town dependent upon you for cable and internet, yeah. So that's one thing, you know.
Okay.
What I mean? That's one goal, man. This is I really, in all honesty, man. You know, it's you know, as long as the laws don't change, we'll always be around. But I really want to use this as a vessel to do other things, to go into other business ventures.
Like possibly internet providing, or
yeah, that's one. Ultimately, my ultimate goal is to own a resort in the Dominican Republic.
holy shit! Well, we made a jump.
Yeah, dude.
But I like it. Dream setting, goal setting.
That is my ultimate
In the DR.
Yeah.
Really? What made you pick the DR?
Well, my mother is from the Dominican Republic, so and I went there for my anniversary, and it's a beautiful place, and
We'll be going there in July.
I love to vacation. Haven't taken one like a real one in a couple years, but I love to vacation, and I love paradise type stuff, right?
Yeah.
And who wouldn't want to live in paradise for the rest of their life? So I figured if I'm going to live there, might as well do something while I'm there.
Sure.
And I think a resort would be dope. You know what I mean? I've
Right.
always thought the idea of timeshare was pretty, not smart. You know, most people get trapped in a timeshare or whatever,
Right.
but the idea of it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, people are going on vacation. Why not force yourself to vacation somewhere very nice? You know what I mean? And
Sure.
once you pay so much, fly down for free and stay in your little villa. So like, that's what I want to do, man. That's my ultimate goal.
Well, man, I hope you make it.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
you
dude.
will.
I got to start with buying some apartments and stuff first.
But we need to keep the gray area gray, right?
Yeah. It's got to stay gray, guys.
got to stay
Got to
gray.
stay gray.
So, are there lobbyists that are lobbying against what you're doing, or the industry of what you're doing?
I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would think. You know what I'm saying? There's been a severe crackdown in the Great Britain. You know what I mean? But again, you know, we're in America, baby.
That's right.
It's the greatest nation on the country. I mean, on the planet, on the country.
On the country.
Yeah, we can keep the Miller Lights down.
I know what you mean.
Country on the planet, dude. You know, and until they change the laws, man, we're gonna rock and rock hard, dude.
So, do you have people who work underneath you who are in other markets
Yeah,
with Limitless?
Yes, I actually do. I have people that sell in other markets. I have 32 guys actually.
32.
Yeah. That sell TV all over the country. And they you know, with what I do, man, you can actually, they don't actually have to sell Limitless Streams. They actually you can actually rebrand it for your own brand and sell your own brand out there.
And they would just kick back a royalty or something like that.
Basically they pay for server access in a way, if you
Right.
will. Yeah.
To the content
Yeah.
of what you're-
credit based.
Credit based.
Yeah.
32. So, how many states are you in?
Shoot, dude, we're all over the place, man. Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, California, New York, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Chicago. Got a couple guys in Chicago. We're all over the place.
How did they find you? Or how did you find them?
I'm a very good internet marketer.
Damn if you are.
No,
man.
some of these guys found me just, you know, I guess through their own Googling and research and things like that. And then there's a couple of the guys I reached out to. I was looking for resellers, so I found a particular method that I thought might work, and it actually did work. A couple of my strongest guys I got by reaching out to them versus them finding me.
Really?
Yeah, and I have I do weekly trainings and things like that to keep my guys motivated, keep them pumped up.
Like a video conference type thing?
Oh yeah,
or-
we do Zoom meetings. Do a Zoom meeting with my guys every Tuesday, every Sunday. We have like a live conference call where they can invite other people, and it's real deal, dude.
It is a real deal.
I've always wanted to do something like this, dude. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm taking everything that I've learned since 2009, 2010. I've always wanted to be like an internet marketer, like a web marketer,
Yeah.
like an internet guy, internet guru type guy. You know what I mean? And this opportunity has allowed me to take all the things I've learned over the last 9 years, man, and just put it all into one thing. You know what I mean? And it's amazing what you can do when you put all your energy into one thing and just punt everything. Dude, I've, no vacations. Like my wife's like, look, we need to take a weekend off. No weekends off. You know what I mean? No weekends off. You know what I mean? In the beginning, man, for the first probably 13, 14 months, man, I didn't go to bed, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, dude, And it was just, all trying to get this thing set up, pushing, trying to grow, trying to get customers and everything, trying to understand the business and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome, man. It really is awesome. It's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to something.
Damn.
Yeah.
And who would have thought the dude here at the flea market at the corner booth is killing it? I mean,
hey man, I'm just putting food on my table. Buddy.
You're worldwide.
Just putting food on. Actually, worldwide. We got people. I got people in that actually like pay for the services in Abu Dhabi, New Zealand, like all over. Yeah, dude, straight up, bro. There's a lot of military people all over the world that would love to watch the Miami Dolphins play on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great idea. Because the Fire Stick can travel. So if you go on vacation, you can take your Fire Stick.
Well, not even the Fire Stick, man. You can access our streams via the internet, a web browser, any web browser, any phone. You know what I mean?
So do you have an app for your smartphone that you can watch?
It's a direct download. You can put it right on your phone, and you can watch no matter where you are on your phone, tablet, iPad, iPhone.
Baby, you listening? Download it.
Web browser, everything.
So how do you find it? You just go in and like if I go home, for those listening, sitting in front of their laptop or whatnot, and they're customers, do they?
If you're a customer, you want to watch right now on your laptop, you can go to watchmylivestreams.com. You'll enter your username and password, and you're in. That's it. That's simple. Watchmylivestreams.com. Yeah, dude.
I'm blown away. All here.
Smart TV. I forgot to. If you have a smart TV, you don't even have to have a Fire Stick or anything like that. You can download the app right to your smart TV. You can be straight. I swear, dude. Listen, on the smart TV, you would not be able to tell the difference of like a dish or something like that, dude. Dish or DirecTV, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I don't see any issues in the stuff that I've watched. The only thing that I've had trouble watching is Creed. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, it's not clear.
Creed 2.
Creed 2.
Okay.
And it's been out for a while.
Well, I'll go home and click some buttons for you.
Yeah, man. Clean that up. What's going on? Clean that up. I've been trying to watch. I don't know who the little dude was who was pirating that in the theater, but man, that's the one that pops up.
Well, with you have our streaming app, right, which is like a paid app. You know what I mean? And then for those that are local to me, especially like here at the flea market, we provide those other. Not that we provide, we program devices with those other apps that are, they're available out there. Even on, the apps that you would go to YouTube and get, not necessarily Kodi, but other streaming apps. You know what I mean? And we throw those on there. Again, we can't control the content on those, but they're awesome. Just the same, you know what I mean? You get watching over 350,000 movies.
The other thing that's nice about the Limitless is you can click on favorites and you can add to your favorites list. So it's so easy to find.
Oh, out of the 2,500, did we mention
2,500? Yes, the 2,500. Okay. The only thing I can see where people would have an issue is not with you, which you have no control over if you're watching on the Fire Stick. It's the remote and clicking and trying to spell trying to find the movie or TV show that you're trying to look up. You almost have to go back to the old school texting days of when you're clicking and, for those of you little whippersnappers out there, you actually had to hit that button 3 times to get,
C.
Right.
E. J. Oh, shit. Go back hit the 5. You gotta get all the way to the 5. You're like, damn. You gotta go.
That's it. And then when you're typing in that Wi-Fi password, because ours is 16 characters.
Ooh, change it, dude.
So I'm glad you said that.
Don't know how to change it?
They told me, Spectrum, if you change it, it will decrease your bandwidth or your power.
What?
Yes. They were like, don't change it because it's going to mess with your speed. And we live in a dead zone. So our phones, everything runs off wireless in my house. Okay. Any sort of entertainment communication has to be wireless because it is dead. And there's 3 cell phone towers located within 2.8 miles of my house.
You're within 2.8 miles.
2.8. Yeah. So AT&T is like, excuse me, sir, this is impossible. There are cell phone towers everywhere. And I was like, okay, well then why can't I make a phone call?
Then why can't I make a phone call?
Right. So they actually sent me an M-cell for the house for free. Mm-hmm. Because they were like, yep, you're dead. And I was like,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
What does a dead zone mean?
It means you get literally 0 cell phone service.
Crazy.
So if you pull in the top of my driveway, done.
Just gone.
And if I'm talking to you, I drop the call. I have to go into the house, walk into the living room, and then bloop, the MCL picks up and I'll call you back.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
At least you have that.
Welcome to 2019. You know, it's not like I'm in Abu Dhabi. You know, I'm in Statesville.
I'm in Statesville.
Yeah. You know, I mean, come on, man.
I should be able to make a phone call.
You should be.
Well, again, man, it's the future. Nothing's perfect, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of nothing's perfect, I noticed you're a Raiders fan.
What the hell? That is not a good segue, dude. That's a terrible segue. Start that over.
It depends. It depends. How do you feel about that big trade? You got to be happy, right?
Dude, I am ecstatic, dude. I'm excited to be a Raiders fan this year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to remove myself from like fanboydom and be like, okay, did they really pick up some good stuff? You know what I mean? How great was it? Dude, he was the #1 wide receiver in the league for like 6 years.
In a row.
Yeah, so like, they're going to be good, dude.
They are going to be good.
And then they solidified in some other areas too.
They picked
you know
up
what
a
I
good
mean?
offensive tackle,
picked up a
right?
good offensive tackle. You pick up a good safety. You know what I mean? And now I think they're going to go after Vontaze Burfict, which just got dropped by the Bengals. So if you can bring a little bit of veteran leadership to your defense, which they had a lot of rookies on the front last year, I think that'll help out on the defense. You know what I mean? Which they've done.
So do you think that Antonia Brown, the semantics that went on last year and into the offseason, which led to the trade, do you think that was just pure genius on his part, or was that kind of a peek behind the curtain of maybe who he is?
Oh, no, he definitely wasn't like, I don't think he masterminded his escape from Pittsburgh. Like, he was trying to get the hell up out of there. You know what I mean? So, like, I think he kind of, I'm going to go a little extra maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Turned up a little bit.
Maybe just a little extra. You know what I mean? But that shit's in him. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay, dude. You know what I mean? Because it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gets a little upset. You know what I mean? And then we don't know what goes on in that locker room. You know what I mean? I read 2 articles this week of former Steelers players that didn't play with Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? That played 2012, 2013, 2007, 2008, 2009, stuff like that. And they said the same thing about Ben. He'll be over there drinking coffee while everybody's practicing. Like, oh shit, y'all ready? Okay, here I come. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a what's the word I'm looking for? A socializer within the locker room, from what other people had said. You know what I mean? Again, we're not in the locker room, so we don't know. You know what I mean? He's gone and he's a Raider, dude. That's all that matters to me. He's gone and he's gone and he's a Raider.
So how do you feel about? Do you feel good with Derek Carr? Do you feel like they got
absolutely, man?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so.
I think maybe last year Derek Carr was a little bit in his own head, coming off the injury, but at the same time, new coach, new offensive scheme. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're just gonna automatically gel with a new system. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then you had Amari Cooper, wasn't necessarily playing, you know what I mean, his heart out or playing like he wanted to be a Raider. And Jordy Nelson was coming off of injury too, so maybe Jordy wasn't tip top. You know what I mean?
That was an ACL injury.
Yeah, dude, and
But at the end of the season, he came on.
He did. And they let him go the other day, which is weird. But
Did they really?
Yeah, but they picked up Tyrell Williams, who could probably go be a #1 for like a Detroit or a Jacksonville or something like that. Raiders picked him up too to go alongside Antonio Brown. So definitely keeping Carr stocked with some weapons, which is what any quarterback needs. Period. You're going to need weapons,
and he needs to stay upright.
And he needs to stay upright for sure. So
No
you
more
solidify
broken
that
backs.
when you get a new right tackle. So and who is somebody who is protecting Tom Brady. So,
That's right.
Right. He came from the Patriots, so he's a championship caliber player. You know what I mean? So I think, all in all, everything that Gruden did, everything the front office did, getting rid of Khalil Mack, getting rid of Cooper, man, I think that it's going to help the Raiders organization moving forward. Didn't help for the 2018 season, but moving forward, it's going to help. And, dude, we're about to go to Vegas. Dude. We got to have some stars to go to Vegas.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So you think it was short-term pain for long-term gain?
Absolutely, man.
Because he got a lot of flack. He
did.
been out of the league for 10 years, not coaching, gets a big old contract. He's lost it.
$100 million.
$100 million.
$100 million.
That's right.
That's Chucky, man.
That is Chucky.
That's Chucky, buddy. I mean, and he didn't lie. One of the things he said, he was like, a couple of interviews, he said, man, there's tons of people wanting to come be Raiders. Tons of them. And you look at the guys that came over, you know what I mean? They came because they wanted to be. Sure. You know what I mean? And that's I think that makes a difference in any team. The players have to want to play for that team in order for that team to be successful.
The other attractive part about them is they're an iconic organization, #1.
Absolutely.
But #2, they're going to move into the first ever NFL team in Las Vegas. So
That's a big deal.
someone like an Antonia Brown, I mean, if he plays well, that last, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years of his career, whatever he
Yeah.
has left, injury free,
3-4.
you know, there could be, you know, he's making his own mark because Pittsburgh has its own legacy, and
Right.
he'll be remembered. You know,
Yeah, he'll be
somewhere
remembered.
he'll be in the stack of cards. You know,
In Pittsburgh, right? But you know, there's again, like you said, man, this is going to be the first team in Vegas, it's a professional team in Vegas. Well, not
Well,
first
the
professional
hockey team,
but
right?
first football team in
Right.
Vegas, and it's going to be awesome, man. They have to got to have that star power, I think. You know what I mean? And definitely, I think he'll be able to continue his legacy.
But they
within
still
the
have
game.
a few first round picks too, right? So they still have some
the fifth pick, and the 25th pick, and the 23rd pick, 25th and 27th.
they got
like
three
that.
first rounders.
Yeah, 3 first rounders.
Man,
yeah.
that is tough.
Yeah, he's gonna do some damage with that.
He is going to do some
and it's
damage.
crazy, you know. I mean, they didn't even have to give up a first rounder for Antonia Brown. They have a third and a fifth. Not even a second rounder, a third and a fifth, dude. So they're going to do some damage, man. And that's, is it a setup? No. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Right.
going to be great, man. I can't wait. I told my wife today, I said, babe, we've got to book a vacation in Vegas during football season. Like, within the next week, we need to go ahead and book it. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get it.
Now I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but he done told his wife no weekends off. Now the Raiders land Antonio and they're going to be in Vegas. And he's like, babe, we're taking a weekend off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we going to Vegas now.
Just so you understand, you're going to have to take another weekend off because you're going to need a weekend
yeah.
for the wife.
That's why we ain't taking no weekend. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You see? Because now you get,
yeah.
and then she's going to have to get.
Yeah, see? Hopefully
See?
she's not watching.
I'm thinking she's already figured this out. Because they're always a
They're
step
usually
ahead of
pretty
us.
smart. Yeah, they're
Oh,
usually
you kidding
pretty
me? My
smart.
wife is way smarter than I am. Way smarter and taller. I'm married up all the way around.
All the way around, right?
All the way
Mine
around.
too.
Your wife's tall?
Yeah, she's taller than me. Yeah.
Really? But you're a pretty tall dude.
5'9".
5'9"?
I'm not an average guy.
Average. Yeah, must be nice.
I've been in the gym though.
Yeah, I saw that old Trapzilla post or whatever it was you
Yeah,
said
man.
today.
Dude, I found a great pre-workout, but it really sends me to another place in the gym. All I want to do is when they're looking like Hulk on
I would, can anybody imagine what you're doing at home in front of the green screen when nobody's
dude.
around?
Oh my God, buddy.
You need to start up your own channel of just outtakes.
Somebody else has said that's awesome that you would say that, dude. I have got some hilarious outtakes. Before
How
we
could
leave,
you not?
I've got some hilarious because I don't do scripted videos. So I
Perfect.
just get in front of it and flow. So they'll be like, da 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 da. I mean, just rip it off, dude. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh man, I'll just have to show you something, dude. I should do a blooper on YouTube or something like that.
You absolutely should do a blooper reel.
They're hilarious, I promise.
So, is there anything that you want to plug for the show, or let people know how to find you outside of coming into the flea market?
Well, you can find us Limitless Streams TV on Facebook, or limitlessstreams.com would be a website where you can find us. Right now, I'm actually running a promotion. You're not going to like this, just so you know.
I feel it.
The $45 package that you pay for, I'm doing a $20 promotion now through the end of, not even through the end of the month, though. It's for the next 3 days, okay? It's just for the NCAA. This is like an NCAA tournament promo, right? So limitlessncaa.com. That's limitlessncaa.com. If you go to that website, it will direct you to a page where you can pay $20 and get $45 worth of my service for $20 your first month, which is tons and tons of content. And you'll be able to make a decision as to whether or not you want to keep one or the other, or you can keep both for $45, but you'll get your first month for $20, and I don't sell anything for $20. So
No,
yeah,
you can't get another right here. For
can't get
$20.
nothing for $20, dude. So this is it really is an awesome deal. It's a lot of TV, and it's a whole month, so you get a whole month to see, if you can get used to it, compare it alongside what you're using right now to see if you want to. That's limitlessncaa.com.
We'll put that on the channel too.
Yeah.
What would be the one thing that you say is the biggest complaint? Because we talked about all the good. When they're all the good, there's got to be a little bad.
You mean from like my customers?
From the customers.
Biggest complaint.
It ain't the price.
It ain't the price. I don't know, dude. I mean, people complain when channels go down here and there. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen too often. The one biggest thing that we have an issue with is payment processing, right?
That was gonna be my next question.
Payment,
too.
because I don't personally want to put people's card information at risk via my website, right? And I don't
Right.
want that liability myself. So I process all payments still through PayPal, right? So I don't accept payments directly on my website, which can create an issue for some people sometimes, you know what I mean? But we use Cash App and we use Venmo, which are apps of the day, or apps of the times rather, to where you can transfer money real quick and easy. It is an easy process once you've done it once or twice. But because I don't directly accept people's credit card information on my website, that's been the one thing that I could say probably is a consistent concern for people.
And so folks so they come in here, they get the Fire Stick, or they download it on their
Smart TV.
TV, right? And then they pick whatever service they want, the Limitless or the Limitless Plus, whatever other app.
Right.
Okay. And then they just pay you through PayPal or Venmo or the Cash
Correct.
App once a month.
Yep.
And what
that's it.
happens if they forget to pay?
Oh, it gets shut off.
It gets shut off.
It gets
Right.
This is like, it's like a like a prepaid phone. This is like prepaid cable,
Okay.
basically. You know what I mean? Once your month runs out, unless you re-up your time.
And you just re-up.
And you just
So
you
if you
pay your
forget-
$30. If you forget, it's going to turn off, but you can be turned back on within 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it's not
okay.
that big
All
of a
right. So
deal.
it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not that big. I mean, it's let's not make a big deal out of it though. It's
Yeah.
$30 for something you should be paying $300 for. So
True.
yeah. If you have a hiccup, people, it'll be okay. I promise you, I'll get
Right.
it fixed real quick.
And they can email or Facebook message. How
Email
do
or
they get-
Facebook message
if they have a real
email or
problem or
Facebook
something.
message. I can hire some people to answer phones,
Sure.
right? But $5 an hour, they'd be probably in Pakistan or India or something like that, and I'd rather not do that.
Right.
So just email us, guys.
So are you the one who replies back to all that?
No, it's not just me.
Okay.
It's about me, and there's 3 other people that work with me or that I've hired
Yeah.
to help out with emails and customer support. I would not be able to handle all this shit by myself.
I was gonna say, dude,
Oh no, dude. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't. I mean, you're
I already
worldwide.
work from the time my feet hit the floor to the time I lay my head down. I can imagine if I didn't have any help. It'd be ridiculous.
Man, you're growing.
Like right now, I'm sitting here, we're hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm dying to grab my phone. You know what I mean?
It's addicting, right?
I'm because of the business. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I know it's getting handled, so we're good.
So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, man, I hope you get the place in the DR. I hope you have
Absolutely.
even more so. I hope you have a box seat in Las Vegas to
Woo!
watch the Raiders play.
Box seats.
Right.
Listen,
and
I'm
don't
gonna need y'all to sign up. I need box seats.
That's right. And don't forget the little people here with the little radio show. When
Oh,
you do
brother,
it.
I'll never forget the people I'm with, man. Never,
That's right.
brother.
That's right.
Never, dude.
So, James, thanks so much for coming in. Everybody check out Limitless Streams. Everybody has the information. We'll put it on the channel and how to access all that. I appreciate everybody listening. And thanks again to States Vegas Clothing Company. If you haven't checked them out, do that. States Vegas Clothing on Facebook. Support local. And Hunk of Junk Calling. Spring is coming up, people. Spring cleaning. You got to give them a call.
I got to get my business on this list of sponsors you just rattled off.
I know a guy.
Do you know a guy?
I know a guy.
Awesome. I need to
can
talk
help
to
you
that guy.
out. Beautiful. All right. Thanks. All right. James, Julius,
man.
everybody. Thanks. States Vegas Radio app. Download it. See you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. That was awesome.